CompTIA Project Plus Certification Exam Practice Test. Question 1. An audit at a health clinic finds that project personnel cannot reliably act to ensure a beneficial uncertainty occurs. Which option would close this gap? Option A, risk exploitation. Option B, risk transfer. Option C, risk acceptance. Option D, risk avoidance. The correct answer is option A, risk exploitation. A repeatable process is needed to act to ensure a beneficial uncertainty occurs. This makes it easier to capture the full value of a high-priority opportunity and maintains accountability. For a document-management implementation, it provides a disciplined basis for the next action. Question 2. A new coordinator at a training provider must select a way to review completion, outcomes, unresolved transfers, recognition, and final responsibilities. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, a closing meeting. Option B, lessons learned. Option C, operational handoff. Option D, final project report. The correct answer is option A, closing meeting. A controlled response requires the team to review completion, outcomes, unresolved transfers, recognition, and final responsibilities. This capability is especially useful when the team must give stakeholders a shared understanding that the initiative is ending. Applied during a supplier onboarding portal, it protects the integrity of the delivery process. Question 3. A new coordinator at a nonprofit organization must select a way to teach intended users how to perform required tasks with the new product or process. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, conflict resolution. Option B, stakeholder engagement. Option C, deployment coordination. Option D, user training. The correct answer is option D, user training. The immediate management need is to teach intended users how to perform required tasks with the new product or process. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to support adoption and reduce operational errors. Within a quality management application, it connects the response to an established management principle. Stressed about your CompTIA exam? We can take CompTIA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. During project control for a virtual desktop rollout, which risk management element would most directly help the team activate a planned response at the appropriate time? Option A, risk trigger. Option B, risk owner. Option C, probability impact matrix. Option D, risk register. The correct answer is option A, risk trigger. Effective oversight depends on the ability to identify an observable condition that signals a possible uncertainty is becoming imminent. Used properly, it supports the goal of activate a planned response at the appropriate time and keeps responsibilities clear. For the conditions surrounding a virtual desktop rollout, it keeps work aligned with approved expectations. Question 5. The sponsor of an online admissions service asks how the team will describe included work, exclusions, deliverables, acceptance boundaries, and major assumptions. Which response identifies the appropriate planning artifact? Option A, work breakdown structure. Option B, scope statement. Option C, requirements traceability matrix. Option D, schedule baseline. The correct answer is option B, scope statement. This practice gives the team a reliable way to describe included work, exclusions, deliverables, acceptance boundaries, and major assumptions. It allows the team to establish a detailed basis for controlling project work without relying on informal assumptions. For an online admissions service, it creates a clearer record of why the action was taken. Question 6. While working on a software licensing consolidation, the team is struggling to shorten duration while accepting greater coordination and rework risk. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, fast tracking. Option B, duration estimating. Option C, crashing. Option D, resource leveling. The correct answer is option A, fast tracking. The selected approach is designed to perform normally sequential activities in parallel. This capability is especially useful when the team must shorten duration while accepting greater coordination and rework risk. In a software licensing consolidation, the approach keeps the response proportionate to the need. Question 7. A new coordinator at a logistics provider must select a way to control collection, use, sharing, retention, and rights associated with personal information. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, personally identifiable information. Option B, privacy regulation. Option C, data minimization. Option D, a data inventory. The correct answer is option B, privacy regulation. A controlled response requires the team to control collection, use, sharing, retention, and rights associated with personal information. It allows the team to ensure project data practices respect legal privacy obligations without relying on informal assumptions. Applied to a backup modernization initiative, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Question 8. For a payroll system replacement, leadership wants a disciplined way to use governance and flexibility where each is most valuable. Which delivery approach meets that need? Option A, hybrid. Option B, incremental delivery. Option C, spiral methodology. Option D, waterfall. The correct answer is option A, hybrid. The governing objective is to combine predictive controls with iterative delivery for different parts of the same initiative. It allows the team to use governance and flexibility where each is most valuable without relying on informal assumptions. In a payroll system replacement, the team can act with clearer evidence and fewer misunderstandings. Are you looking for CompTIA exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access CompTIA exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get CompTIA exam answer key today. Question 9. A new coordinator at a public university must select a way to plot process results over time against expected limits. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, fishbone diagram. Option B, histogram. Option C, Pareto chart. Option D, a control chart. The correct answer is option D, control chart. Sound delivery practice requires personnel to plot process results over time against expected limits. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to distinguish routine variation from signals requiring investigation. That discipline is valuable for the team delivering a data analytics dashboard. Question 10. A nonprofit organization is delivering a supplier onboarding portal. The team needs to group initiatives according to strategic value even when they are not directly related. Which type of work is most appropriate? Option A, project. Option B, program. Option C, operations. Option D, portfolio. The correct answer is option D, portfolio. The relevant discipline calls for the team to group initiatives according to strategic value even when they are not directly related. It supports the team in its effort to prioritize investment across the organization and maintain control. That makes it appropriate for the decision facing a supplier onboarding portal. Question 11. A new coordinator at a media company must select a way to define controls, responsibilities, testing, and handling requirements for project information and systems. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, a training plan. Option B, security plan. Option C, resource management plan. Option D, communications management plan. The correct answer is option B, security plan. The selected approach is designed to define controls, responsibilities, testing, and handling requirements for project information and systems. It strengthens the team's ability to address confidentiality, integrity, and availability throughout delivery and coordinate affected parties. For a digital records migration, it clarifies the expected result and the path to achieve it. Question 12. While working on a logistics optimization platform, the team is struggling to address confidentiality, integrity, and availability throughout delivery. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, a training plan. Option B, resource management plan. Option C, security plan. Option D, communications management plan. The correct answer is option C, security plan. The relevant discipline calls for the team to define controls, responsibilities, testing, and handling requirements for project information and systems. It allows the team to address confidentiality, integrity, and availability throughout delivery without relying on informal assumptions. For a logistics optimization platform, it clarifies the expected result and the path to achieve it. Question 13. A review of a hospital scheduling platform identifies a need to define measurable conditions used to judge whether the initiative achieved its intended outcome. Which choice best represents the required capability? Option A, project charter. Option B, stakeholder register. Option C, success criteria. Option D, high-level scope. The correct answer is option C, success criteria. This choice addresses the requirement to define measurable conditions used to judge whether the initiative achieved its intended outcome. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to align stakeholders on how completion will be evaluated. For the conditions surrounding a hospital scheduling platform, it keeps work aligned with approved expectations. Question 14. An audit at a regional hospital finds that project personnel cannot reliably evaluate effects such as energy use, emissions, waste, and resource consumption before a decision. Which option would close this gap? Option A is sustainable procurement. Option B, social impact. Option C, governance oversight. Option D, environmental impact assessment. The correct answer is option D, environmental impact assessment. This choice addresses the requirement to evaluate effects such as energy use, emissions, waste, and resource consumption before a decision. This makes it easier to include environmental consequences in project selection and design and maintains accountability. That makes it appropriate for the decision facing a self-service support portal. Question 15. For a customer relationship management deployment, leadership wants a disciplined way to improve software quality while responding quickly to changing needs. Which framework meets that need? Option A is Scrum. Option B, Extreme Programming. Option C, Kanban. Option D, DevOps. The correct answer is option B, Extreme Programming. The immediate management need is to use frequent releases, close customer involvement, and disciplined engineering practices. That capability supports the goal of improved software quality while responding quickly to changing needs and preserves appropriate oversight. For a customer relationship management deployment, the approach reduces uncertainty about what should happen next. Question 16. A new coordinator at a financial services company must select a way to record limits that restrict project choices or performance. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, project objectives. Option B, assumption log. Option C, constraint log. Option D, success criteria. The correct answer is option C, constraint log. The central purpose is to record limits that restrict project choices or performance. This capability is especially useful when the team must ensure planning accounts for non-negotiable boundaries. Applied to a digital signature service, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Question 17. A new coordinator at a health clinic must select a way to limit the funding available for completing the approved work. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, schedule constraint. Option B, cost constraint. Option C, quality constraint. Option D, resource constraint. The correct answer is option B, cost constraint. The governing objective is to limit the funding available for completing the approved work. It supports the team in its effort to keep spending within authorized financial boundaries and maintain control. For a public website redesign, it creates a clearer record of why the action was taken. Question 18. During project analysis for a virtual desktop rollout, which quality tool would most directly help the team distinguish routine variation from signals requiring investigation? Option A, fishbone diagram. Option B, histogram. Option C, Pareto chart. Option D, a control chart. The correct answer is option D, control chart. The situation is resolved by establishing a way to plot process results over time against expected limits. Used properly, it supports the goal of distinguish routine variation from signals requiring investigation and keeps responsibilities clear. Applied to a virtual desktop rollout, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Stressed about your CompTIA exam? We can take CompTIA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. An audit at a consulting firm finds that project personnel cannot reliably identify who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed for project activities. Which option would close this gap? Option A, RACI matrix. Option B, organizational chart. Option C, resource calendar. Option D, stakeholder register. The correct answer is option A, RACI matrix. Effective oversight depends on the ability to identify who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed for project activities. That capability supports the goal of reduced confusion about participation and decision ownership and preserves appropriate oversight. In a compliance reporting platform, the team can act with clearer evidence and fewer misunderstandings. Question 20. A government department is delivering a virtual desktop rollout. The team needs to manage work through controlled stages, defined responsibilities, and continuing business justification. Which framework is most appropriate? Option A, Kanban. Option B, DevOps. Option C, Prince2. Option D, DevSecOps. The correct answer is option C, Prince2. The situation is resolved by establishing a way to manage work through controlled stages, defined responsibilities, and continuing business justification. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to support governance through structured decision points. For a virtual desktop rollout, it creates a clearer record of why the action was taken. Question 21. A new coordinator at a utility company must select a way to present major events and target dates without showing detailed task-level activity. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, project calendar. Option B, Gantt chart. Option C, PERT chart. Option D, milestone chart. The correct answer is option D, milestone chart. The governing objective is to present major events and target dates without showing detailed task-level activity. It allows the team to communicate executive-level schedule commitments concisely without relying on informal assumptions. In a campus wireless refresh, that structure improves ownership and traceability. Question 22. While working on a procurement workflow system, the team is struggling to give decision-makers a rapid view of project health. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, executive summary. Option B, project dashboard. Option C, milestone report. Option D, a variance report. The correct answer is option B, project dashboard. The required capability is to summarize selected metrics, trends, milestones, and exceptions in a visual display. It creates evidence that helps the team give decision-makers a rapid view of project health and explain its actions. That discipline is valuable for the team delivering a procurement workflow system. Question 23. Which framework best addresses a situation in which the transport operator team must reduce handoff delays between building and running technology? Option A, Extreme Programming. Option B, a Scrum. Option C, DevOps. Option D, Kanban. The correct answer is option C, DevOps. A repeatable process is needed to integrate development and operations practices to improve delivery and operational feedback. Its practical value is to reduce handoff delays between building and running technology and make the decision traceable. That discipline is valuable for the team delivering a research data repository. Question 24. For a procurement workflow system, leadership wants a disciplined way to adopt business capability without maintaining the application platform. Which cloud service model meets that need? Option A, software as a service. Option B, managed hosting. Option C, colocation service. Option D, infrastructure as a service. The correct answer is option A, software as a service. A controlled response requires the team to provide a complete hosted application accessed by users while the provider manages the underlying stack. It allows the team to adopt business capability without maintaining the application platform without relying on informal assumptions. In a procurement workflow system, the approach keeps the response proportionate to the need. Question 25. A new coordinator at a city agency must select a way to apply accountability, transparent decisions, delegated authority, and policy compliance to project work. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, environmental impact assessment. Option B, a sustainable procurement. Option C, governance oversight. Option D, social impact. The correct answer is option C, governance oversight. This choice addresses the requirement to apply accountability, transparent decisions, delegated authority, and policy compliance to project work. The result is an improved ability to keep project choices aligned with organizational obligations within approved boundaries. In the context of an enterprise resource planning implementation, it improves consistency across the team.